Friends, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. I'm Melanie. This is Bhavana Yoga, and today I have another Yoga for Surfers for you. So let's go ahead and get started. So find a seat on your mat. You're welcome to get a blanket or blocks. I like to have them just in case, but if you don't have them, you'll still be able to do this practice. I do like to tell people that every practice is different, and please modify and adjust for your body. That is your responsibility, as this is your practice. So let's go ahead and start to tune in. So coming to either soften the gaze or close the eyes down. And start to invite a longer, deeper breath. So inhaling deeply down into the belly. Fill the belly and the lungs. Exhale completely. And if you are familiar with Ujjayi breath, you can begin to cultivate that now. It is simply a whisper sound in the back of the throat created by a little bit of tension. And go ahead and start to ground through the sitting bones, create a tall spine. And we're going to inhale the arms around and up. Just moving slowly, starting to integrate the body-mind. Inhale, reach the arms around and up. Exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale deeply. Activate all the way through the fingertips. Exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale. Exhale. This next one, we're going to inhale, reach the arms around and up. Exhale, twist right hand over to left knee. Left hand comes behind to support you. If you lose the length in the spine, come out a little bit. See if you can pull the belly in and gaze over the left shoulder. And then gently release the left fingertips. See if you can reach the arm up and over. So getting a nice stretch in the back of the shoulders, the neck. Gently release that, return to center, fingertips on either side of the hips. Inhale the arms around and up. Exhale, left hand, right knee, right hand comes behind. A few breaths here. Make sure the spine is long. And pull the belly in, see if you can gaze over that right shoulder. On an inhale, gently release the right fingertips and reach up and over. Little back bend. And then gently release that, return to center. We're just going to circle the torso here. So reaching the chest forward as you circle it forward and then rounding as you come through the back. Inhale as you stretch the chest forward. Exhale as you circle around. And you can make this as big or as small as feels good. You can start to incorporate elbows and the shoulders. But notice your breath. Notice if it's changed. Continue to lengthen, soften, and deepen the breath. Let's go the other way. Still grounding through the sitting bones. Couple more. Inhale as you stretch your chest forward. Exhale as you circle it through. And then find your way to stillness, tall spine. Find your seat. Couple breaths here. We're going to stretch the chest forward, lift the chin, little back bend. Exhale, round the spine, bring the shoulder heads forward and the chin to the chest. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Lift the sternum. Chin to chest, belly to spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift and hold here. Let's take the arms around and up. Clasp the hands. Turn the hand inside out. Reach the arms up. Breathe. Lengthen. And then we'll reach it over to the right. Gaze up to the left. Inhale, back to center. Stretch to the left, gaze to the right. Inhale back to center and then release the hands. We're going to come down around onto our hands and knees and find child's pose. So you can stretch the hips all the way back to the heels. If you need support under the feet, take the time to get that. We're going to be here for a few moments, just lengthening and connecting to the breath. So maybe come up onto fingertips and keep walking them forward. Even if it's just a millimeter. On an inhale, look at your fingertips and walk the hands over to the left. Maybe take right hand over left, stretch the hips to the right. On an inhale, look at your hands, walk them back through center and over to the right. Maybe take left hand over right for a deeper stretch. Reach the hips to the left. It's very subtle. Again, on the inhale, come up halfway, walk the hands back to center, walk the fingertips away, release the forehead to the floor, active child's pose, breathe here. And on an inhale, let's walk the hands under the shoulders and bring the knees under the hips. Find a tabletop pose. From here, spread the fingers wide and press every knuckle into the mat. From here, we're going to take some cat-cows. So drop the belly, curl the tailbone, reach the chest forward, maybe bend the elbows slightly, and pull palms towards you. Exhale, round the spine and really press the ground away. Pull the belly in. Inhale. Cow pose, exhale. Cat pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, back to neutral tabletop. And we're going to thread the needle pose here. So inhale the left arm up. Take a couple of breaths here. Exhale, send the left arm under the right, set the left shoulder down, come up onto right fingertips, gaze over right shoulder, breathe. If you'd like more, take the right arm up to the sky, bend the elbow, see if you can reach towards your left inner thigh. Take a bind, breathe here. On an inhale, re-extend the arm if you had it bound. Take it back to the mat. Press into the mat, lift the left arm up. Take a breath. Exhale, plant the palms. Take one breath in and out, and tabletop. And then on your next inhale, open the right arm up, couple breaths, opening, finding space. And on your next exhale, send that right arm under the left. Set the shoulder down, come up onto left fingertips. Gaze over left shoulder. Soften the right shoulder into the floor. If you'd like more, on an inhale, send the left arm up to the sky and or wrap around, find the right inner thigh. Gaze over left shoulder once again. To come out of this, on an inhale, release the fingertips, take the left arm up, plant the fingers into the mat, plant the palm rather, and then open up, and then plant the right palm. So finding yourself in tabletop, take the palms slightly forward, tuck the toes, lift the knees, find downward facing dog. Breathe. First downward dog here. So maybe still be high on the toes and bend the knees a lot. Start to breathe space into the hips, the backs of the legs, the shoulders. If it feels good, you can sway the hips a little, bringing space into the side body. Or you can hold in stillness and simply start to sink the heels toward the floor. On an inhale, we're going to lift the right leg up and back behind us. Flex the foot, press through the heel. Turn the toes in slightly, lift from the inner thigh. Inhale deeply, exhale, bring the knee into the chest. See how close you can get it to your nose. Inhale, lift up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Be careful not to knee yourself in the nose. I've done that. There's 3. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee in. 4. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. Shoulders over wrists. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, release the foot to the floor. On your next inhale, left leg up and back. Flex the foot, press through the heel. Turn the toes in, lift from the inner thigh. Soften your right heel and shoulders toward the floor. On an exhale, bring knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, shoulders over wrists, knee to nose. Inhale, lift the leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, soften the left foot down to the floor. On your next inhale, we're going to round forward to plank, shoulders over wrists, and then maybe a little forward of the hands, bend the elbows, drop down. You can also drop down to knees, chest, chin here. We're going to come all the way to the floor, roll the shoulder blades together on the back, cobra pose, elbows bending into the ribs. Release it down. See if you can bring the toes together. Inhale the shoulder blades together on the back, cobra pose. Exhale. Inhale, shoulder blades come together, press up. Exhale, release. This time press up through hands and knees to child's pose. Breathe here, connect to the breath. On an inhale, press up, tabletop, tuck toes, lift knees, find downward facing dog, breathe here. On an inhale, lift the right leg up and back, press the heel away, lengthen, lift from the inner thigh. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest. This time, take it over to the left elbow. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee between the elbows and over to the left. Inhale, up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Here and hold, step the foot through. Find your fallen triangle. Left arm comes up, expand in every direction. One more deep breath here. Exhale, plant the left palm, lift the right leg, go through a flow. So you can keep the leg lifted. You can also drop down, knees, chest, chin. And then we'll meet in downward facing dog. Breathe in your down dog. On an inhale, left leg comes up and back, press through the heel, lengthen. Exhale, knees between the elbows and then over to the right. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to elbow. Last one this side. Inhale, up. Exhale, between the elbows, over to the right. Now step it through. Take the right arm up, fall in triangle. Breathe. Expand 360 degrees. One more deep breath here. Exhale, plant the right palm, lift the left leg. Maybe go through a flow with the leg lifted. And then step it down for up dog. And press the hips back, downward, press the hips back, child's pose. On an inhale, press up to tabletop. Take the palms slightly forward, tuck toes, lift knees, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Soften the shoulders. Soften the heels toward the floor. Feel the stretch in the back of the calves, the hamstrings. Lengthen the backs of the legs. On an inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Exhale, up and back. On an inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists. Inhale up, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up, exhale, knee to nose, and step it through. High lunge on the right side. Come on up. Bend the left knee, tuck the tailbone, then re-extend through the left heel. Take the arms up when you feel balanced. Breathe. Press the shoulder blades down the back. Maybe take a little focus on the bend of that left knee. We're going to dip it. You don't have to touch. Inhale, exhale, dip. Inhale, lift, exhale, dip. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, back to your high lunge. Plant the hands, step it back, go through a flow. Meet in downward facing dog. You can always take a child's pose when you need one. Take the breaks that you need when you need them. On an inhale, lift the left leg up and back behind you. Lengthen it away. Exhale, draw the knee in. Shoulders over wrists, knee to nose. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. Exhale, shoulders over wrists. Inhale up. Exhale. Last one, inhale up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through. Build your high lunge on the left side. So bend that right knee, tuck the tailbone, re-extend through the heel. Breathe. Soften the shoulders back and down. Focusing on that bend in the right knee again, preparing to take those dips. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, drop. Exhale, lift. Inhale, drop. Exhale, lift. Doesn't have to touch. Inhale. Just be an inch of movement here. Nice. And up. Hold here a couple breaths. High lunge. Soften and maybe bend the left knee a little more. Gaze up. Now plant hands. Step it back. Go through your flow. If you want to take knees, chest, chin. Looks just like this, then scoop up to cobra or up dog. Press it back. Let's take a child's pose. Breathe here. On an inhale, come up to your tabletop. Take the palms slightly forward, tuck the toes, lift the knees, find your downward facing dog, breathe. On an inhale, lift the right leg up and back behind you, lengthen it away. Bend the right knee, stack right hip over left. Open that hip. Try and keep the shoulders level. And then if you'd like, we're going to go ahead and come to the outside of the left foot, tilting over and back for your wild thing. Expand the chest. Reach the fingertips back. Left leg is straight-ish. Inhale back to lifted or three-legged dog. Exhale, set the foot down, go through a flow. Round forward to plank, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in your down dog. On an inhale, lift the left leg up and back behind you. Press through the heel, lengthen. Bend the knee, stack left hip over right. Open up that left hip. Stretching the hip flexors. Try and keep your shoulders even for now. Lift a little more. And then if you're ready to take your wild thing, you can start to tilt over to the left, maybe coming to the outside edge of the right foot. Left arm reaches up and over. Breathe. Lift the chest. Right leg is straight or straight-ish. Inhale deeply, exhale, plant left hand, three-legged dog, go through the flow of your choice. This time, once again, meet in child's pose, connect to the breath. On an inhale, press up to your tabletop, tuck the toes, lift the knees, find your downward facing dog. Breathe in your down dog. On an inhale, lift the right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, draw the knee in and step it through. Plant the left foot for warrior one. Come up, bend into right knee, shoulders press back and down. Hips reaching towards the front of the mat. Breathe. Let's take the hands clasped behind the low back, if you can. If not, maybe just hold on to your shirt, drawing the shoulder blades together. We're going to reach the fists toward the floor, lift the chest. Exhale, bow forward, humble warrior. Come to the inside of the right knee if you can. Reaching the fists forward, drawing that wrists toward each other. Keep that right hip underneath you. You can also set the shoulder on the knee if that feels okay. On an inhale, activate, pressing into the right foot, come back up, warrior one. Open up, warrior two. Bending into the right knee. Adjust your stance if you need to. Press into the outside edge of the left foot. Soften the hips, bend a little more deeply. We're going to flip the right palm, reach it forward before coming back. Find support above or below the knee, reverse warrior. Reaching the right fingertips away from the right toes. Breathe. Inhale, back to your warrior two. From here, we're gonna straighten the right leg. Heel toe the left foot closer for triangle. So press into the left hip, reach the right arm forward, and maybe find support on a block or your shin. But keep opening the left side chest toward the sky. On an inhale, press into the right foot, bring yourself back up. Keep the leg straight, reverse triangle, right arm reaching away from right toes. And then return to your warrior two. Cartwheel the hands down, frame the foot. Step it back, go through your flow. Meet in downward facing dog this time. Breathe in your down dog. Catching your breath here. Or taking a child pose if you need. On an inhale, lift the left leg up and back behind you. Press the heel away, lengthen. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest and step it through. Plant the right foot, come up for warrior one. Bending into the left knee, reaching the hip points toward the top of the mat. Press into the outside edge of the right foot, activate that leg. Draw the shoulder blades back and down. Long, deep breaths here. Just enjoying being in this shape for this moment. Not needing to go anywhere just yet. Let's take the hands clasped at the low back. Stretch the chest up. Maybe a little back bend. Exhale, come forward. Inside or resting on the thigh. Left hip shifting underneath you, not sending it out to the side. And drawing the wrists toward each other as best you can if you have the clasp. Activate, press into the left foot, come on up, warrior one. And open up into warrior two. Bending into the left knee. Tucking the tailbone. Maybe that will deepen the inner thigh stretch. So maybe you have to come up a little bit. Breathe. Expanding in every direction once again. Let's flip the left palm, reach it forward to come back. Reverse your warrior. Reaching the left fingertips away from the left toes, finding support above or below the right knee. Inhale, back to warrior two. Straighten the left leg, heel toe the right foot closer, and then sending this right hip away and coming down to the left thigh or your block. Right side chest opens toward the sky. Don't close the left shoulder, keep it opening. Inhale, activate through the left foot, reverse that triangle. Left fingertips reach away from left toes once again, lengthen the left side. Inhale back, warrior two. Windmill the arms down to frame the foot and go through your flow. This time meet in child's pose. Breathe in your child's pose. On an inhale, press up, tabletop. Tuck toes, lift knees, downward facing dog. Breathe in your down dog. On an inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Exhale, draw the knee in and step it through. Come up, high lunge. Soften the hips toward the floor. So we're gonna move with this. So we're gonna start to put the weight into our right foot. Maybe bring the left toes closer and then up and out. So holding this, foot is flexed, reaching it up and forward. Couple breaths here. Exhale, bend the knee, send it back. High lunge. Keep your arms up. Pull the belly in. And once again, as you're ready, maybe take the hands together, maybe find help with your balance, and then up and send it forward. Hold here. And as you're ready, go ahead, send it back. Come up, high lunge. Take the hands down, frame the foot, step it back, go through your flow. Meet in downward dog. Breathe in your down dog. On an inhale, take the left leg up and back behind you. Exhale, draw the knee in and step it through. Come up to high lunge on the left side. Arms extending up, shoulder blades drawing together on the back. And then start to notice your left foot become very active, really gluing that foot into the earth, and come up a little off of the right toes until you can simply bring it up and hold. I have my hands in prayer. Couple breaths here. And then sending it back. High lunge. Hold here. And take the hands in prayer. Start to step the right foot up and send it forward. Lift. Extend. I'm finding it a lot harder on this side. So you might be not the same on both sides also. Send it back. That's what yoga is helping us to become more symmetrical. High lunge. And step it up. Last time. Give it everything you got. Hold, 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 breathe. Little quiver in the leg. I've got one. Send it back. High lunge. Couple breaths here. Really be in this shape. And then we'll flow through. Step it back. This time, meet in child's pose. On an inhale, press up to tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, downward facing dog. Start to catch your breath. We're going to take a tippy toe walk to the top of the mat. Take your time to get there. You could also jump, hop, or float. We're going to take opposite elbows and let the head hang heavy. Keep from rounding in the low back. Keep sending the sitting bones up toward the sky. You can take the feet wider if you need to for balance. And then start to bend into the knees a lot if you haven't already. And then we're going to round up nice and slow. Knees over ankles, hips over knees, shoulders over hips, palms gaze forward, draw the shoulder blades together on the back. Breathe here. Tadasana, mountain pose. So really as if you had suction cups on all of your feet. Sending them into the mat, really gluing them down. And then so active in the legs that you're sturdy, you're solid. You're one piece here. We're gonna step the feet wide. So take the feet wide, turn the toes in slightly, or parallel. So parallel or slightly turned in, micro bend in the knee. Let's go ahead and take the hands to the low back so that we can extend the chest up toward the sky. Hinge at the hips to come forward, forward fold. So your legs that are active, your feet are actively pulling together and pushing apart at the same time. You get some traction here. So if your head is touching the floor, go ahead and bring the feet in a little more. From here, we're going to hold on to this and heel toe the feet closer and simply drop the hips for Malasana. So using the elbows to open the knees, but really I'm using my glutes to open the knees. So a little of both. Dropping the hips towards the earth. Tailbone is reaching down. Crown of the head reaching up. So the spine is long, maybe tuck the chin in gently. Let's take the left hand in front of the left foot, open the right arm up, take a twist. Breathe. So keeping those knees, pressing out. Maybe, if you'd like, you can take a bind. You can either wrap again with the left thigh. Take the gaze over the right shoulder. Open a little more. Gently release that. Re-extend the arm before returning to your Malasana. Breathe here. And then plant the left palm, open the right arm up and away. So really reaching back and away. Knees are still opening, hips are broadening. Maybe take that left hand, find your right hip crease, gaze over left shoulder, breathe. So nothing changes in the legs. Gently release the bind, come back to center, hands in prayer, heart center. From here, we're going to just burn the legs a tiny bit. So if you're way up here, that's okay. We're gonna bend the knees and then straighten. So you might turn the toes in slightly. So they're still opening. Make sure you have enough room. And you don't need to drop the hips all the way down. We're gonna inhale here, exhale to straighten. Do what you can. And yours might look a lot different. Just keep yourself safe. So if you're up here, you're not gonna be moving as far. And just feel it in the hinge of the hips. Couple more. And hold. From here, we're just gonna simply drop all the way down to the mat, sending the sitting bones onto the mat. And we'll take our hands behind us for support if you need, and then bringing the shins parallel to the earth. Pulling the belly in, reaching the chest toward the sky. Release right hand, left hand. Find your boat pose. So now maybe you'd like to straighten one leg and then the other. So adding that if you feel to. If you're doing plenty on your own, use your judgment. And then maybe both at the same time. Just a bend, bringing them parallel and straighten. Let's go ahead and bring the hands down to the mat. Draw the knees into the chest. Release the low back. From here, we're going to take plow pose. So if you've never done plow pose, just skip it. Maybe take the legs up the wall. But if you're coming with me, go ahead and bring the hands under the hips to start, and then start to rock up, bringing the knees So you're coming up onto your shoulders, bringing the knees towards your ears. And then as you're ready, straighten into the legs any amount. Maybe bring the toenails to the floor. And make sure you're not looking to the left or right. And a little space under your chin. Breathe. There's no weight on the neck. Maybe take your hands to your low back to prepare for your shoulder stand. So finding the support on the low back and extending the legs up, point the toes. Again, keeping the chin as symmetrical as possible, space underneath it. Long, deep breaths. Maybe notice if you've lost the activation in the legs, shore that up. And then to come out of this, we're going to bend the knees again and take the feet up and over. And then press the hands into the mat. They're your control to come out. So as you come out, make sure that you're lengthening each vertebra onto the mat. And then we'll draw the knees in. Set the left foot down, cross the right ankle over. Open the right knee out, flex the right foot. If you'd like more stretch, reach the right hand through the legs. Grab the shin or the thigh and draw it into the chest. Breathe here. And then gently release the left foot down to the floor. Cross the right leg all the way over. Extend the arms out into a T, or maybe like a Y with cactus arms for a deeper stretch. Press into the left foot to lift the hips and shift them over to the right. The knees will start to fall to the left. You can support the knee or use your left hand to ground it down. Right shoulder presses into the earth. So maybe the knee is in the air and you support it with your hand. Breathe. Gaze to the right thumb to complete your twist. Allow the body to soften here. And then maybe help the knee back to center, uncross the legs. Draw the knees into the chest and set the right foot down, cross the left ankle over. Open the left knee, flex the left foot. If this is enough, stay here. If you'd like more stretch, reach the left hand through the legs, grab what you can and draw it in. Breathe. Send the breath to where the stretch is the most intense. Start to soften the shoulders. Notice if your face is tense, relax. And then release the right foot down to the floor. Cross the left leg over. Take the arms out wide like a T or a Y. And then press into the right foot. Shift the hips to the left. Knees will fall to the right. Gaze to the left thumb. And then from here, help the knees back to center, uncross the legs, give the knees a squeeze. Maybe bring the nose to your knees. And then see if you can rock up and down the spine for a spinal massage. We're gonna roll into a seat. Take a moment in your seat, noticing any changes in the body, in the mind, in the breath. Maybe you have a pleasant sensation that you'd like to imprint, to carry with you through your day. So you can go ahead and set that intention now. And I will thank you for joining me today in practice. Namaste. If you enjoyed this practice, please consider subscribing and clicking the like button. If you'd like more, you can visit my playlists, and we have fresh videos out every week, usually at least one Zoom replay and one of these more vigorous flows. So join us anytime. Thanks for being here.